Cheat meals. I get it. I love them too. They are widely celebrated as an essential part of every diet. But what if I told you that they're secretly sabotaging your progress? So let's explore why cheat meals might not be as harmless as you think. Number 1, they are psychologically triggering. It's easier to avoid junk food in general than to have it in moderation. At least this is what I found from my experience. And this goes for everything. If you're trying to drink less alcohol, it's frankly easier to just cut it out completely than to drink in moderation. Whenever I come off of caffeine, it's much easier to just stop cold turkey than to slowly cut it off. If you've had any addiction, then you know it's easier to completely stop than to have it in moderation. Along with this, cheat meals can create a binging cycle. If you have one cheat meal and then diet the entire week to lose the weight of the cheat meal, and then you have another cheat meal the next week, you are stepping into dangerous territory. This is exactly how binge eating disorders are formed. You don't want to compensate for your cheat meals. If you're going to have cheat meals, you want them to fit into your calorie balance, and you don't want them to be too crazy. But personally, I can't do this, and when I had cheat meals, I ended up binge eating. So I guess this is just me, and that's just another reason why I don't have them. Now, one last thing I'll say is, for anyone like me, you'll know that cheat meals turn into cheat days, which turn into cheat weeks, and then turn into full-blown rebounds. Maybe I'm just mentally weak. Maybe I can't handle the food and you can. If you can, then props to you. I'm very proud of you. But I'm not at that level, and I choose not to have cheat meals at all. And number 2, they can undo weeks of progress in one day. You know, when I was first dieting, I thought this was a little bit bullshit. I thought, how can you have one meal that ruins the entire diet up until it got out of hand and I started binge eating? But let's say you put yourself in a daily 500 calorie deficit. Then on a Saturday, you have 6,000 calories. And you know, this can look like a pizza with a little bit of beer, maybe some other little junk foods on the side. It can easily add up to a whole day's worth being 6,000 calories. If you have that once a week, that completely negates the entire diet you've been doing all week. You were roughly in a 3,000 calorie deficit here, and now you're in a 3,000 calorie surplus. So it cancels each other out, which is absolutely devastating because you worked your ass off the entire week to get no results. And also another thing I can add is the water retention and the bloat that you get after a big cheat meal or cheat day can absolutely destroy your motivation. When you eat only a couple pounds of food but put on pounds and pounds of water weight, you feel awful. And then you're all psychologically messed up for the next week trying to diet it off, which then once again can lead to a whole binging cycle. So just another reason why I stay away from cheat meals. Okay, so if I've convinced you, you might ask, what's the alternative? Well, here, let me give you the alternative to cheat meals. If you're going to eat junk food, try to have it in moderation. Not even a cheat meal, maybe just take little bites. Like sometimes I'll have a little bit of chocolate here and there. I'm always tracking my calories so it doesn't go overboard, but it'll be like 100 calories worth of chocolate per day. Something like this, I wouldn't even count as a cheat meal. That's just like a very minor amount of junk food. But if I'm dieting, I won't even have this at all. And another thing you could do is try to celebrate with non-food rewards. Like how about you allow yourself to go on a nice date or something? How about you allow yourself to buy something? Maybe go to an activity that you like. You don't always have to reward yourself with food. If you're ready to take the first step, press the first link in the description and join our free Skool group. Here you will meet like-minded people and get more direct help from me and our community. If I give you anything of value within this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out, and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.